Miss Isabel Atkins,
Yes.
what is your basis for claiming that you can reside in the premises?
My grandma said that I could.
Okay, ma'am, that's not going to be enough. I don't really have an issue that I could try or a jury could try on this case.
Your Honor, this may be strangely odd, but I'm concerned that that may even be Isabella Atkins on the phone. If the court recalls when this started, there was a different number that was saying it was having issues calling in. Now there's a new number,
Right.
video, but the age of the voice, I'm just concerned.
Is it Gene Falico Living Trust versus Isabel Atkins?
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Andrew Babnick, on behalf of the trust, Falciccio, Your Honor.
Isabel Atkins?
Your Honor, we were here last week, so the court is aware, and the court actually granted the default. I logged off, and then I got a notice from the court that Miss Atkins apparently appealed after and said she couldn't unmute. I asked the court at that time to be very candid if it was Isabella Atkins or her mother, Casey. I'm seeing Miss Casey Atkins below, connecting to audio now, but no visual. If it is
Hello?
Casey, if that is
Hello?
Casey Atkins.
Hello?
Hello, what's your name?
Hello? Casey Atkins?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
What is
Hello?
your-
Hello?
Hello, ma'am. What is your name? Ma'am, what is your name? Casey Atkins.
That is Isabella Atkins' mother, Your Honor, and for the court's record, she was party to another eviction for the trust property in a separate court that we had executed 2 weeks ago. So Miss Atkins' appearance here is not appropriate, and I believe it was her that probably appeared last Friday.
She is also on the phone. We're having issues with the audio. We can call her.
We can call who?
Isabella Atkins, my daughter. She's on the phone also on the 5099, but she's having issues. We're having issues with the video and audio. I don't know.
Okay, but did Isabel Atkins file the documents with the court, or did you?
The stuff that was sent earlier.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it was with me. It was me allocating it. And she,
Okay, but-
I mean, like I said, she's on the phone. She's trying to call. She's flipping out.
Your Honor,
I'm sorry.
I didn't know that there were documents submitted. We didn't receive any document. I'm not sure what the court would be looking at.
I somehow figured that. What do you mean there are more coming in?
I have 2 additional emails that were sent at 9:25 this morning from Miss Casey Atkins.
Oh, I don't
Each
know.
10 attachments in them. 4 pictures.
More pictures?
I don't know.
Well, they were,
Ma'am, please. Okay, let me try this first of all, counsel. There's someone who is dialed in whose last 3 digits are 699.
no, the call that I'm on with my daughter ends in 99, but it's 5099.
Okay. Could the individual who has logged in with the last 3 digits 099, you need to hit *6 on your phone and identify who you are.
The issue may be, Your Honor, too, if she is simultaneously on the phone with her mother, you can't 3-way call into a Zoom, so you would have to hang up with Casey, her mother, to then appear through the audio.
Individual who's logged on with the last three digits 099, you'll have to unmute. If it is a three-way call, council's right, then you're gonna have to hang up from one of them, but preferably the one hooked to Casey, if you are Isabella. Casey Atkins, unmute, please.
Trying. We're having issues
Okay. Where is Isabella?
with her boyfriend right now. Then she at his place, and that's why we're doing the three-way. And sending text that she's doing the *6, but it's not doing anything, and she's having a hard time hearing.
Ma'am, Isabella needs to
Yes.
call in on her own. She's the only one that's
Okay.
a party to this case.
Okay. Okay, can I have a few minutes to get through to her?
I'm sorry?
Can I have a few minutes to get through to her? Because I'm gonna have to hang up. She's having issues, and I'm gonna have to get her to call from the, she can't hear anything. She's not hearing anything we're saying. She's sending me texts. So can I have a few minutes to call her and tell her to call her boyfriend or something?
Well, is her area code 734?
Yes, sir.
I'll give a couple minutes to call in. Counsel, you were going to say something, sir. I'm sorry.
No, Your Honor, I was going to say if the court needs to move on to other files and move us to the end of the hearing to give her time, I just don't want to let this delay another day, and I know it's going to keep moving. I don't have another hearing this morning, so I can hold on if need be.
Okay. All right. She needs to call in, ma'am.
Okay.
Court of pass that case. The individual who signed in, last three digits of the phone number 711. Could you please hit *6 and unmute and identify yourself? Oh, really?
Hello, this is Bella Atkins, Casey Atkins'
Okay.
daughter.
Yes. All right. Okay. This was a termination case, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
And ma'am, what's your claim to your ability to reside in the premises? Miss Atkins?
These are the new documents that they filed, but they're back and forth.
Got it.
Your Honor, if those were emailed to the court, obviously the court's aware, but just for the sake of the record, nothing was emailed to me.
Yeah, I got it, counsel.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can forward them to them. I mean, we're going to try to forward those to you, counsel, so you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I have a property transfer affidavit from January 25th of 2023. The seller being Gene, is it Facio?
Falciccio, Your Honor.
Falciccio. And that the buyer is Casey Atkins.
Your Honor, Miss Atkins filed 2 property transfer affidavits on the date of her mother's death. The property is not, Miss Falciccio died in January. She passed. Both of the properties that were, one, an eviction's already occurred, this is the last one, are titled in the name of the trust. So that transfer affidavit is a fraudulent transfer affidavit. Title remains, and I could show the court the deed and the recording information, but title remains vested in the trust.
Got it. Okay, Isabel Atkins, what is your claim to the premises that's at issue here?
I would like to request a jury trial. I lived with my grandma for a year.
Ma'am, you got to file paperwork and you got to pay for the jury. Are you going to do that today? And then you're going to have to file an answer to the claim.
Yes.
So the court is aware, just from a timing standpoint, I did just receive the email from the court showing photos, which appear to be the photos of the property being removed from the first eviction unrelated to this property. There was a proper notice sent for possession. A notice to quit was sent all the way back on May 18th, giving them until June 30th to vacate. We delayed the filing of the eviction to give her even further time. There's no defense that's been raised, and even her claims on the record here that she would simply like to stay do not give her grounds. There's no lease. She needs to vacate the property, and at this point, we'd ask for no further. This is the third time they tried to delay this. We'd ask for no further delay and for the judgment to be entered. Not seeking any money judgment here, obviously, Your Honor, but just asking that the court enter the judgment and an order of eviction in 10 days.
Miss Isabel Atkins,
Yes.
what is your basis for claiming that you can reside in the premises?
My grandma said that I could.
Okay, ma'am, that's not going to be enough. I don't really have an issue that I could try or a jury could try on this case.
For the sake of the record, Your Honor, I would like to ask, is Ms. Atkins alone, or is Ms. Casey Atkins with her? Because Ms. Casey Atkins, who's not a party to this case or an attorney, continues to appear on the Zoom.
No, I'm on the Zoom. I'm not with Bella.
Okay, Isabella?
Sir, the request is that we would like to get it moved to probate, as the trustee is not listed as the plaintiff.
Ma'am, you are not a party to this case.
Your Honor, now that she's muted, just so the court is aware, Miss Casey Atkins tried to file a probate action in front of Judge O'Brien, which was just recently dismissed. This is just a sort of belaboring continuous fraud to keep the properties in play, and we would just ask for the judgment at this point. I really don't want to belabor the issue further.
Andrew, that's not true. Y'all haven't filed the will.
Yeah, Miss Atkins, Casey Atkins, I've now for the third time told you you are not a party to this case. Isabella Atkins, tell me every reason outside, well, you said your grandmother said you could reside there. Any other reason you think that you're able to reside in these premises, ma'am? Isabella Atkins, are you there?
I will file paperwork.
You what?
I will file paperwork, but I would like the right to have a jury trial.
Well, ma'am, I need to know that there's a defense to the claim.
Your Honor, this may be strangely odd, but I'm concerned that that may even be Isabella Atkins on the phone. If the court recalls, when this started, there was a different number that was saying it was having issues calling in. Now there's a new number, video, but the age of the voice, I'm just concerned. I
No, I hear you. I got you. Miss Adkins, Isabella Adkins?
She
She
just
just
left.
logged off. Okay, here's what I'm gonna
She's
do.
sir, she's calling me right now. Bella, are you on the phone? You're on the phone with the speaker with the Zoom, Bella. It's okay. Sir. Hello?
Isabella Adkins.
Bella, answer.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer this question.
Okay, I have a very clear picture now of what's going on here. So here's what I'm gonna do. Because I don't think this is, I mean, I think Isabella's there, but Isabella, I don't think wants to pursue this in this fashion. So she's gonna have to get an attorney so that the record's clear. I think much of this is being instituted by Casey Atkins, who's not a party to this case. So I'm going to find that there's no tribal issue in this case after hearing. I'm going to grant a judgment for possession to the plaintiff with a writ 10 days.
10 days. Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, can the proposed orders be submitted to the court via email, or do they need to still be paper?
Yes, that you can submit them to the clerk's office via email. All right.
Thank you. Your Honor. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
the court's time.
Mhm.
Have a good
Is that
weekend.
it for us? You do the same, sir. Huh? That's it for that block. We will begin again at 10.
What began as a straightforward eviction proceeding closed with the court formally awarding possession to the plaintiff, whether property owner or trust, and clearing the way for the writ to issue after the statutory waiting period, effectively resolving the core possession claim in the landlord's favor. Throughout the hearing, the judge meticulously probed for any arguable legal ground that might justify Isabella's continued right to stay, yet the dialogue repeatedly veered into tangential family squabbles, unverified deeds, and unsolicited input from a non-party, none of which rose to a cognizable defense under the rules of civil procedure. In the end, the bench made plain that no tribal issue had been raised from the evidence and arguments actually before it, underscoring a fundamental, if sometimes unpopular, reality. Civil courts anchor their rulings in admissible proof, proper process, and recognized legal theories, not in raw emotion or subjective notions of fairness. Whether you applaud or question the outcome, this case offers a vivid lesson in how judges parse fact from feeling when a family home hangs in the balance. So, was the judge legally spot on? Or did this dispute cry out for a jury's second look? Sound off below, and if you appreciate crisp, no-spin courtroom breakdowns, give that like a tap, subscribe for deeper dives into the docket, and pass this along to anyone who geek outs over the mechanics of real-world justice.